Chapter 14 of The Yellow Sheet. I thrust the paper into the book into my bag, and flipped the strap over my head as I bolted for the kitchen. Our only visitors had been neighbors, but this was not. Our neighbors had friendly knocks. Tap, tap, neighborly. Hi, neighbor, don't mean to bother you knocks. Whoever it was sure to be someone unwelcome. The knocking became more insistent. Pounding, pounding, till I thought the door would come off its hinges. I would sneak out the back door and head toward the hills. But no, more pounding from that quarter. What to do? Back to the bedroom. It was late now, dark now. The only light, a small lamp near the bed. I extinguished it. The window? I could hear them plural, them walking, not trying to be quiet, them stomping around the house. Not good at all. There was nowhere to go. Flying was not an option. What strange thoughts enter the mind when stressed! Who could be out there, and what did they want with me? With him? I don't want to be here any more. I felt for the bed, for him. His hand was cool to the touch. What should I do? If only you had stayed with me a little longer. Choose your reality. Words, his words. Choose. His hand dissolved within mine. Goodbye. Why panic? Why fear? I got up from the bed. Strange. Why was I sitting in the dark? I turned on the lamp and blinked in the sudden illumination. I was alone. No one. Nothing to fear. But my heart was still pounding and my muscles taut. I listened. Silence. Something was missing. Someone should be here. A soft rustle, a wave of apprehension as the doorknob turns and drifts silently open. "Are you okay? I thought I heard you scream." She looked puzzled. "Are you going somewhere?" "No, not going. No, I stammered, somewhat shocked to notice a bag slung over my shoulder. "Is it happening again?" "I don't know what's happening. I feel there should be someone else here." A dead man in the bed. But no, there was no one. "Who?" She crossed the room, tenderly taking my arm and seating me on the bed. Sitting herself, close, intimate, concerned, she searched me, looking for I know not what. Visible change, madness probably. She worried about my little episodes. "It's silly." A forced giggle. "You'll laugh." "Please tell me." She stroked my hair, her breast just brushing my arm. I thought there was a man in the bed. I kept the dead part to myself." "Well, no wonder you screamed." Jaw tightening, a twinkle in the eyes, a condescending pat on the arm. "I would have too if I thought there was a man in my bed." "It's not so bad, you know. Have you ever tried it?" Pounding, an echo of pounding at the door, the window. I didn't hear it, wouldn't hear it. It wasn't real. "No, and I don't plan to." A different kind of tightening. "I'm sorry," I said, before she could continue. I wished my head would clear, the pounding subside. "I didn't think. Are you sure you're okay with this?" I took her hand. So cold. A shudder of memory, a cold hand in my own, a man's hand, wrinkled and soft. "We can cancel. I'll come down with mumps or something." "No, they'll be here soon." God, the whole thing was so incestuous. Incestuous indeed. I'm not sure why we agreed to this in the first place, but it's too late now to cancel. And I want to see her. Maybe it will give me some closure. At least they got a hotel. Having them stay here would have been too strange. I mean, I know we were all a big happy family once, but it's been so long. 10 years. Funny how much one's life can change. Yes. She was somewhere else now. Another time and place, some 10 years past. Another woman holding her hand. The fog lifted after a moment, and she continued. "Does it bother you, seeing Derek again, and Corey?" "Not as much as seeing Jen bothers you, but then I wasn't really in love with them." "Wasn't I? Do copious denials until you begin to believe your own rewrites equal truth?" "I love you, though," I said, slipping my arm around her waist. "Ditto copious affirmations." There was a knock at the door. Alice panicked. "You get it. I'll be in the kitchen." A quick kiss, and off she scurried. "Liz, you look great. How have you been?" Good, and you?" "Yeah, I'm good." An awkward dance ensued. A hesitation, a hug, a kiss, a handshake. Which was right? Which appropriate, considering past relationship and present circumstance? He smiled, I giggled. He settled for a warm hand on the shoulder and a kiss on the cheek. A flush spread over me at his touch. I wanted to pitch myself at him, wrap myself around him. Stop it. Not an option. Where was the uneasy, self-conscious boy I remembered? What stood before me was a man, palpably confident, thoroughly male. "You look so grown up." Did I actually say that? Yes, I did. He laughed. An easy laugh, warm and pleasant. "It's the suit. I promise I'm exactly the same Corey you remember. I'm afraid this is a busman's holiday for me. I had meetings in the city today, and more tomorrow. I did, however, bring some extra clothes," he said, pointing to a duffel on the floor outside the door. "I didn't think you'd mind if I changed here." "No, not at all." I waited for him to get his duffel, then led him to the bedroom. "You can change in here, and if you need the facilities at all, they're here," I said, opening a door leading off the room. "Thanks," he said, slipping off his jacket and throwing it on the chair. "So what are you doing with yourself now? Still writing?" "No." A laugh, a tug at the knot of his tie. "I haven't written anything in years, unless you count proposals, analyses, and reports." The tie hit the chair with unnecessary force. "So business. What made you stop writing? You were good." "Shut up, Liz." Shoes. Flick. Flick. "It's probably a sensitive topic." "Not good enough. It doesn't pay, and, well, a person has to grow up sometime." Buttons. 1 cuff. 2 cuffs. A collar button. "I'm sorry it didn't work out." "Things rarely do." A sleeve. Another. The shirt drops. "So, what are you doing now, then? I know business, but—" A trouser button. Zip. I don't mind if you want to stay, but, well—" He was holding his trousers up with one hand while the other sort of flicked around in the air. "Oh, shit! Sorry. What was I doing?" Another knock. Thank God. I escaped to answer the door. "Derek and Jen. Apologies for being late. Apologies from Chuck and Spouse. They couldn't make it." Hands half extended and retracted. Cringing, thinking I'd rather be back with Corey's nakedness. Corey to the rescue. Calm Corey, confident Corey. Slaps on the back, kisses on the cheek. Comfortable Corey taking charge. "Where's Alice?" "Alice in the kitchen. Alice making dinner." "Alice cooks?" Silence. "I'll get her." "Alice, Jen. Jen, Alice. Hi. Hi." Silence. "How are yous, and how've you bens?" Bottle of wine. Red. White. Something stronger. Family. Work. Another bottle. Table. Food. Alice drinking. Alice talking. House. Hobbies. Another bottle. Reminiscing. Should have beens and should have dones. Dessert. Coffee. "When I was in Crete," said Corey. "Oh, Crete is beautiful," I said. "The nicest little village." "By the sea?" "Yes. I wish I could just pick up and move there." Alice stirring. "Why can't you?" Alice motioning. "Let me get some of these dishes out of here. Liz, could you give me a hand?" Alice turned on me the moment we entered the kitchen. "What's with you tonight?" "What do you mean? Things are going pretty well, considering." "All that between you and Corey, fawning and agreeing with everything. Oh, Crete is beautiful. You've never even been there." A memory stirred. Paralyzed, I stood there, unable to move or think. But I had. Flash the sea, flash a house, flash a bedroom, flash, 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 images flooding, flashing, a man, walking, a cafe, a book. Then out of focus, Alice, a blurry kitchen. I held my head. "Liz!" Alice was speaking, not to me. My knees buckle. Someone catching me, strong hands biting my flesh, lifting me, carrying me, warm, solid flesh against my own. Something soft under me. I try to open my eyes. "Elizabeth?" A man's voice. I try to speak. Something brushes my cheek. The room comes into soft focus. Corey's sitting on the edge of the bed, leaning over me. "You're cold. Here, drink this." I choke as something warm and biting is poured in my mouth. "Sorry, too much?" "Give me a minute," I croak. I shift. I turn. I prop myself on an elbow. "Try again?" I nod. "Better?" "Yes, thanks." The fog begins to dissipate. "Where's Alice?" "She's trying to get rid of Derek and Jen." "Did they—" "No, she's making something up. It may be a while." Silence. Embarrassment. What just happened? Did I faint? Corey looking and looking away, fidgeting. "I have some photos. Want to see them?" Sure." "They're from my trip," he said, digging in his duffel. The pictures spilled from the envelope. He chose one and handed it to me. "Here's that village I was talking about before." "Liz?" I knew that village. The small house, just there. It was real. Boom, boom. No, not that again. Fading. Corey here. Corey with me. The bed, the bureau, the book. "I've been there. Corey, my bag, get it quick." Corey jumped. The pictures slid to the floor. "This?" "Yes." He handed it to me. I would hold on. The book, where was the book? Ah, it was here. I still had it. "Have you seen this before?" I asked, thrusting the book into his hands. The room, growing dark, then light again. I was losing my grip. I don't know. It seems familiar." "It's important," I said, taking the book from him. I flipped it open to show him the pages. Pounding again. I was in the dark room, the book solid in my hands, but Corey fading. I reached for him. He was clearer. I could still feel him, solid and warm. End of chapter 14.